Hello there everyone, today we're gonna do this. This is a small baitfish, it's called the Supreme Baitfish. And the reason it's called the Supreme Baitfish is because it's very good. And the second thing is it's made completely from Supreme hair. So this is a fly that I've been using for bonefish and tunas and dorados and stuff like that, but also for sea trout. So this is a fairly simple, highly efficient, very easy to cast fly that just basically performs very well. It's fairly easy to tie. I'm using a Varivas hook here that is completely that's stainless steel, so it will last for a lot of saltwater action. And basically it's composed of 3 bundles of Supreme hair and then a small amount of flesh to imitate the sidelines. So first we're gonna need 2 small bundles of Supreme hair in transparent white. Transparent is probably more accurate as to the color of this, and this is a fairly stiff material, so you won't have many problems with this actually just going beneath the tangling with the hook gape and stuff like that. Okay. So I tie down a small bundle, and of course you can vary this in an upscale or a downscale in size to whatever you want. So basically I've tied down the first bundle. I'm going to take a small bundle more. Originally this was called the super baitfish, and the reason for that was it was made from super hair. But super hair and Supreme hair is the same. The difference between those two is just that Supreme hair comes in larger bundles, so you get more value for your money. So add the second bundle here. Again, not too much material, and the reason this is, I think this is so awesome. This pattern is because it really looks like a baitfish. It's very transparent, it's very see-through, and also it's easy to cast. You can fish this really fast because of the weight from the UV glue head, and basically it's win all around because it's easy, it's fast, and it just fishes very well for a lot of different species. So if you want to imitate a sardine or a sand eel or a herring, you can do that with this pattern. Also probably a smelt or whatever the trout in your areas are feeding on. And that was the first part. Then we're gonna take some crystal flash here to imitate the sidelines. Not a lot, but maybe 4 or 5 strands, something like this. And I just make sure that these are not even in length. And these should not be as long as the longest part of the tail, but close to that length. So I'm tying these here. So they're going to be in between the second and third wing. And at this point you can decide what you want to imitate. If you're using an olive, a Supreme hair for this next part, it's going to be a small sand eel. If you use something like this, which is light blue, then this could be a herring or a sardine or whatever. You can even use some gray or some black to add even more contrast. So depending on what species of fish you want to imitate, you can simply just spice things up with this last one. If you can use chartreuse or whatever you want if you want this fly to have a bit more kick. So I take a bundle of Supreme hair, and this is a little too thin, this bundle. So basically I just turn the material over so that will double it in length, and then I see that this was, maybe the doubling was a bit too much, so I'm just gonna pull some of this out. And you don't have to worry that much about length at this stage, because you can always just downscale it by trimming it in the end. Carefully of course, like so. I'm gonna tie this here at the front, on top, like that. And now you can see you have the Just got a customer, sorry about that. But customers first, you know. So as I was saying, basically now we just need to cut this off and then make the head with the UV glue. Making my whip finish. And then the advantages of using UV glue, because in in the old days when I first started tying these, I was using 5 minutes epoxy, and then you had to have this rotary thing, fly dryer, to make sure that the heads were drying evenly and stuff like that. It's so much more easy with this. This is the Loon UV glue, and that works very well. I'm very happy with that product. And the one I'm using here is the thick one, and now I have had, oh, there it is. And basically I just apply a small amount at a time here. And the first thing I'm gonna apply is a small amount, in order to have something for the eye to latch onto, like this. Then I'm gonna take an eye, and this is a fairly small one. This is intended for mackerel and sea trout on the coastline, so I'm gonna take a 3mm eye here. Of course, if you make this bigger, you can change up the size of the eye depending on what types of fish you're targeting. But for trout, this is a good size. This is teasing me a bit. There we go. And then I'm gonna shine the light. And then the eye is fastened. And then it's just doing exactly the same on the other side. Applying a small amount of glue here. To have something for the eye. And then after that, basically you just build the rest of the head into the shape that you prefer, that you like for this. And of course, in order to get this fly to look as good as possible, you want to ensure that the eyes are aligned, and I can see mine needs to go a bit further. So look at it from above to make sure the eyes are aligned. To push mine a bit further up here. They're perfectly aligned. Then I use the UV light. And then basically just apply a small amount of glue at a time here, in order to finish building the head, to cover the eye. And this will add some weight to the fly. That's one part of it, but it will also ensure that your as I said, add some weight so that the fly will sink, and you can build your head accordingly to what species you're imitating. So if it's a sand eel, it probably should have a short, not that bulky head. If it's a herring, then you need a more rounded head and stuff like that. Shining the light. I'm gonna. This is really turning out nice. The one I did in Danish got a bit funny looking. not a lot, but it just got a bit crooked. I was probably too much in a hurry, in a rush. Let's see. Need to drag some of that up on top instead. And basically just look at this from all angles while you apply the glue here to ensure it's even and has the design you would like. You can even use the glue to form the head all the way back here if you like. So all the way back here, so you kind of get a surf candy, a Bob Popovich surf candy fly. But for this pattern and for this size, then I'm satisfied with how it looks now. So there you have it. Small. I need a little bit more. Do I? Maybe just a little bit more glue here. Like that. Now it should be perfect. Yeah, perfect. So, if it doesn't look perfect, it's because of the lamps I have there reflecting the light in a bit. But as you can see here from above, the eyes are aligned. and the head has the shape that I want it to, kind of like a small drop shape. Also, you can see it here in the front. It has a very, very nice shape and perfect for cutting through the wind. And I fish this rather fast with a two-handed retrieve. I find that is one of the best way to fish a small baitfish pattern. And if I see fish cruising, then always cast in front of the fish and strip your fly away from the fish, because there is not any fish at all, any prey that will actually swim towards a fish. So always, if you're casting to fish you see, cast so that your fly lands in front of them, and then strip your fly away from them. Move the fly away from them as if it was a fleeing piece of food, because that is the way that prey would react to any hunting predator. Rah! There you go, small Supreme Baitfish. Really nice fly. Well, as always, thank you for watching, and of course remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, or swing by my webshop where you can buy the full material kit for this and many other flies. So thank you for watching, and well, take care out there, and good luck fishing.